Oh, forgot to show you guys that. That's the thing with the TV. Never put the center cap back in. Oh. That could be the reason the AC doesn't work. Holy shit. The evaporator's frozen. It's not supposed to be white, guys. Okay, let's defrost this. We get back to our regularly scheduled cooling program. Holy crap. How's it going, guys? Back out here for a little bit. There you go. If you look close enough, you can see the weld right there. And it's totally encapsulated. Nice and thick, too. I don't know if you guys are aware, I didn't realize that there's the regular JB weld, then there's the quick weld, which I knew. One sets in 6 minutes, one takes 4 to 6 hours. So if you're doing something you need it set pretty quick, not totally hard and set, and not run all over the place, the 6-minute one is the way to go. But if you need something that'll handle some temperature, 550 degrees, the regular JB weld is the way to go. The other one was, oh, don't quote me on it, like 300. Okay? Because that's what I was going to use. And I was like, wow, that's cutting it kind of close, ain't it? I mean, is my oil going to hit 300 degrees? No. Is the engine going to hit 300 degrees? No. But why bring it to its limit when I could stay 250 degrees away from it? That made this a little challenging. Because basically what you have to do is, I scuffed it all, obviously. You put it on there, and you just have to keep rotating it back and forth for a while. Okay, after about 15 minutes or so, it'll start to thicken. But if you leave it, it'll still run. So I did that. I made up a little jig, and I did it out in the sunlight. And after like an hour, it didn't seem to move anymore. So, and that was yesterday, so this thing is set. Not that I'm going to use it today, but we're going to put it on. And remember, guys, the JB weld isn't holding it on. It's fully welded. I don't even think there's a pinhole in it. But I couldn't come up with a realistic way of testing it without popping that screen out, and that was not happening. So, with that said, I'm going to set this pickup on here. We're not putting the pan on because I got to do the front stuff, which will probably be a little later today. But I'm going to set the pickup on and just put it there and get it out of my way before I lose it, drop it, crush it, damage it. And if I'm going to have any problems, let's have them right now. So we got to, I don't know, I think we're about to pop one of the headers off, which is no big deal. So let's flip this thing upside down. I'd also like to say that me and Junior ran to the store where I bought that Lumicast paint, and I bought his last 2 cans. See, I wrote new on them, meaning I never used them yet. If you guys remember, that's how dirty the last set were in the set before that. So this is my 6th set of cans, or my 3rd set of cans, or pair of cans, that I bought from him. So I said to Junior, for $5 a piece, either they're gonna go bad here in my house, or they're gonna go bad in his store. So he didn't look like he had any intentions of ever ordering any more, so that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna hold on to that. Like I said, I have open cans already, so I'm gonna hold on to it. So just keep shaking it every once in a while and leave it inside the house so it don't freeze. Okay, let's pop these mounts off and let's clean up some of this oil right over here, and let's get working. There you go, guys. I put it in. It started to tighten snug like right here, so I want a complete turn in that much, which is nice. There's definitely enough preload on it. There's the sealer. We just got to wipe that edge off and we should be good to go. I made sure none of it was in front of the tube, so unless there's a crack in there somewhere I'm not aware of, we should be good. So we got to get some primer and some paint on some crap today. I want to get this thing done and get it out of my life. Okay, guys, here's the end of my update. Pan is blue. The pump, minus the cap and the bracket in the back, are cast iron. Okay. I did that satin black. Pulleys are satin black. The front of that pulley satin black. The other thing is molded plastic. I went against all my beliefs. I did that aluminum. So, cast iron on this bracket. Cast iron on that bracket. Upper pulley is blue. Lower pulley is blue. Harmonic balance is cast iron. This will be black after I strip it down and repaint it. So that's this. And I think it's a nice combination. That's it, guys. That was a lot of painting. A lot of prepping, priming, and painting. I've been doing it on and off all day as I'm doing yard work. So that's pretty much it. Like I said to Junior, we have to get bolts. That's what we need. We need the rest of the bolts to finish this off, and we're on our way and we're done. Let's just get it together. Everything is pretty much done and painted as far as I know. I got to paint the crank bolt, but that's no big deal. We'll do that actually. I'll clean it and do that when the balance is on. I got to go through what bolts I have and see what I got to go buy, just to finish off this front. And we got to get intake bolts and some odds and ends. But that's about it. Probably going to take this power steering off as a unit, because it comes off as a unit, brackets and all. While we do everything with the motor, then we'll move swinging in the car. We'll just put it in, because it's just 1, 2, 3 bolts and a nut here, and it slips right off, so we don't damage it. Stuff to put the nut on the alternator and tighten it down. That still has to dry a little bit more. Nuts laying here somewhere. And I think we're good. We got the pickup done, pickup on, pickup set, pan painted the best it's ever going to be. At least the front parts that you see when you look under the car are good. The rest of it is a little rough and pocky. But I think we'll be fine. Like I said, the only thing I didn't want to paint that alternator. But I did it, and yeah. So what that, guys, I think I'm calling it done. It's not that hot today, but it sure is humid. Yeah, it's got the gauge in the back of the garage pegged. I don't have the AC on in here today at all. A few minutes ago, heard something coming down the block. Really nasty sounding. Really nasty. Nothing I never heard a car that nasty before, but it didn't sound familiar. It was none of my neighbors. So I opened up the door just in time to catch a CJ7 coming by with open headers on it, and whatever was done to this engine. I couldn't see the engine. I just know that it had no hood on it, and it had one of those like Mr. Gasket type scoops sticking way up high. So, I caught it. It was coming just like this, and it went that way. So I couldn't grab the camera in time, but the thing sure did sound nasty when he left. So, I don't know, could have been an AMC, could have been a Chevy in there. I really can't tell you guys, but it was definitely a mid-80s CJ7. You can tell by the stripe on the side. So that's it. Fabrication-wise, I got to fabricate this one bolt. I was going to do it today, but I'm done. I'm not going out there no more. Now the mosquitoes are coming out in full force. They're just attacking me. So I was going to get that bolt done. And then, like I said, I got to lay out all my bolts back out on the table and find out what I have and don't have. And so I thought I had like 95% of the small bolts, if not all the small bolts in Allen key for the water pump. Obviously, I have the stud for here. I have the stud for here. We're making the stud for here. I have to find out what we're going to do here. Here. There's a bolt. Whoops, there. There's a bolt here. A bolt here and a bolt here. So these will probably just go to the store and buy a bolt. I'll buy that bolt down there, and this bolt I know I can buy. This is going to be that same thing with the length problem. So I have the right length one. It's just an old crusty looking bolt. So we're going to do something to make that thing look pretty. Which really sucks. The one on this side is a little shorter. And that's it. Like I said, we'll lay it all out, see what we got. Then I got to get some intake manifold bolts. I have one. So we just got to go to Ace Hardware and get 11 more. That's not a big deal. And we'll get the front cover on with the water pump. We'll get this pan on, prime it up, make sure we have oil pressure. If we have oil pressure, we're good to go. It's smooth sailing after that. And we should be good to go. So, that's it, guys. I'm done. I'm going to take a shower.